How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? We are now on episode 40 of A Knight's Ransom. 40 episodes, and they're just getting to, well, the end location of their first quest. Well, the first official quest, anyway. If you missed out on it last night and you were hanging around on Saturdays waiting for us to come back, we streamed our final session of the Stolen Cities. Heads up, there is some major character death walking into that episode, but it's okay. We fixed it post-game. It's totally okay, I promise. He just may not be coming back the way he thinks he is. That being said, when we last left this party, they had reached the rise of Silversummit and have headed in and found themselves in a tavern attempting to make contact with some of the people who have told them that they will be able to help them. As always, don't forget we have merch in our merch store. It's very comfortable. I'm not currently wearing it tonight. I'm wearing another friend's shirt, but the Dire Bear shirts are extremely soft, extremely comfortable, and look fantastic. As always, keep an eye out on our shop because we may have new items coming soon. We are constantly in the works to expand what we have to offer as a community to you. And of course, we wouldn't be here without you. So, without further ado, let's get into the game. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we're down 2 players, but that isn't going to stop this party from doing what they need to do. Again, if you hear things sounding like they're hitting the ground in the background of my microphone, it is the tiny child that lives upstairs. And again, I say that because I keep seeing my microphone light up every time it happens. I am just quickly double-checking my mother's notes because I didn't take very good ones from last week. I was a little too busy running the game. Let's see. Wait, did Mom miss last session too? Oh my god, she did. That's right, she came in really late. You guys did get into Silversummit, right? And have found
here you go,
the symbol of the...
It may not be as comprehensive as Mama Bear, but that's a...
Oh, God bless you. Thank you.
A quick bit of notes.
Right, because we did that whole thing with your rock. Yes, you have acolytes now.
I love that the fan art we got, it almost looks like I have a troop of Jawas.
Yes, I noticed that too. I was like, you know what? I'm not even mad about it. I love that.
Give me another 2 seasons and I'll have a junk army.
You have a single season after this. Calm down. Okay. Right. So you guys arrived at the Cloak and Dagger. Or the Dagger and Cloak, sorry.
Mhm.
Right. And you met with...
We met with
Yeah, I'm just trying to find them in my notes because I know
Doommaker
they're in
and
here.
Nadia Spelltouch.
Yep, they're in my notes. I just gotta find them. Ladies and gentlemen, first tip as a DM, if you're gonna make notes, keep them organized. And in this case, digital is better than physical.
You know, one thing I will give OneNote is usually I don't really like the Microsoft suite, but being able to do chaptered notes and then search everything by keyword is lovely.
I swear, on my Christmas break, I'm gonna fix this. This is not gonna be a problem. Moving forward. Ha, found it. Alright.
I believe we left off with them telling us to wait till things cleared out a bit in the pub. We offered Kitchen to possibly help them in the meantime.
Which you guys were taken up on, since Cody is not here. Him and Fred have headed into the kitchen to do so. Careful, Zara. I will make that a magic item.
I'd find a use for it. What a great way to hide a body.
Until somebody literally just stumbles over it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it looks real bad for them.
Yup.
What did you do?
Stumble over that, just go, oh, let's put that back, puts knife back in, walks away whistling.
It's right up
Okay.
there with like the sword that heals people when you stab them.
Oh, that sounds like the perfect cleric
The sword of killing.
Yeah, and it's like,
Wouldn't
you
it
know,
technically be the sword of mending?
I would just call it faith. So when I'm walking at a friend with a sword, just go, have some faith, and then stab them with the sword, and they would heal.
It's time to dual wield with two swords, and when somebody's being an ass, just be like, do you want to test the odds? 50-50, you die. 50-50, it doesn't hurt as bad.
50-50, I stab and you come out a winner. And 50-50, I stab and I come out the winner. All right.
I feel like
just
with a
flip
very,
a coin.
I feel like with a very different party, that would be a terrifying interrogation.
Listen,
Yeah.
all you gotta do is say, here's a weapon. No, it's the healing one. Here's a weapon. We'll duel. The winner gets whatever we want. But you give the healing sword to them, and you have the damage sword. Make sure they look exactly alike.
Like this.
Calyx.
That
I love
that
where this
sounds
tangent
like
is
a
going.
bard would do, and I'm here for it.
Do it in a heartbeat.
But also,
Nix,
I'm not
Nix can do
giving
that.
you guys those kind of weapons, because that's just silly. Mostly because I know you.
Have you met us?
Exactly. This is why you're not getting the weapons. I don't have stupid written on my forehead, okay?
The sheer amount of dickery I had to do to create a black hole arrow last campaign.
I made you work for that.
Yes.
And then you used it on my big bad.
Technically, someone else used it. I just
Well,
gave it to
let
them.
me rephrase. You tried to use it on my big bad. All right, that being said. So do you hang around the bar until the evening is done? Or do you perhaps head out amongst Silversummit to see what there is to see? Also, I will make this a little bit easier for you. I do actually have a map for Silversummit.
Yeah.
It
I
is
have.
very large.
Yes.
There are also some giants in the city.
Now I'm fixing that.
Out. Whoa! Titans are attacking.
No,
Armored
is-
Titans?
this is
I'm
me
going home.
having literally forgotten to clear the map from before. See, this is the beautiful thing about Roll20 is I can literally just import a previous campaign, make it a new game, and all of my information is still there, so
I have a DM question.
I have a DM answer, I hope.
How old is Silversummit? Would
Silver
I know?
Summit is one of the original settlements in Vayax.
Okay, so I would be familiar with this city existing at least.
Yes, it may not have been called Silver Summit at the time, but you do recall a place that mined silver and was it was called Argent. Back when you would have been around.
A-R-G-E-N-T?
E-N-T, as in the French for silver.
Okay. I ask because then, yes, I would be very curious to wander around town.
Okay. Otter, are you wandering with party members or are you wandering alone?
I wouldn't let him wander alone. This is a big city. Town, village.
I'd go alone.
Sprawling metropolis?
There's a lot of houses here.
Like, it would take you a full day to walk across town.
We're not doing that. I stare at Orion. No,
Like,
I'm just going basically to play bodyguard.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Looks over at Orion, has like a Hawaiian shirt and like a digital camera.
I want that too, though. Wait. Both of us. We'll get cargo shorts, sandals. I'm keeping the helmet on.
The helmet stays on.
Hmm.
Oh,
least
interesting.
No comment.
The GTA is 9.12 times bigger than New York City.
Not surprised.
Wait, what is?
Okay. Greater Toronto area?
The Greater Toronto area, the GTA, is bigger than New York City.
New York City's tiny.
My brain
It's
went
small. It's all
Grand
stacked
Theft
vertically.
Auto.
Okay, here's a rough idea. For the Canadians in the party, which is just me and Quentin, Silver Summit is roughly the size of Toronto, including places like the surrounding towns that say they're not part of Toronto, but are 100% part of Toronto. So, like, Mississauga, Brampton, the surrounding area, that stuff.
I laugh at this. I have no sense of direction.
For the US people, this is the size of Chicago.
Hmm. What was that?
How many of you are
City.
looking up Chicago right now?
I don't know. I always drive through Chicago pretty quick if I avoid rush hour.
Also, welcome, Kat.
Hello, Heath.
Good to see
So
you
good
in
to
chat.
hear
Hello.
this. But yes, so that's the comparison, mostly because I wanted to give a Canadian example and an American example so that everybody in the party sort of knew what I was talking about.
Sure. So, before I just go wander, I guess I'll look around at everyone and I've never been somewhere with a city this big. Do you guys want to explore a bit while we wait? Really curious to see what they've done with the place.
Airsoft's game.
I'll explore around. I do like finding nice, shiny bubbles for my partner.
They like bubbles? Like what?
Somewhat. I try to bring something home to them as often as I can. A souvenir of sorts.
Mm.
All right.
Hmm.
Orion, this is much bigger than this is much bigger than what you remember. Also, the way that this town is structured, it's sort of sloped into the harbor.
Mhm.
So I know that the map that I've got doesn't really detail it very well.
And you
But-
said it was like districts. So there was like the
Yeah.
castle with a wall, the outer district with a wall, and then the further district
Yeah.
with a wall.
So exactly as the map is, that big,
Mhm.
this spot right here, that's the castle.
Okay.
And then there's the inner district, which is almost directly linked to the harbor front. And then the surrounding outer district.
Okay. And if I can be so nosy, could you ping on the map whereabouts we have landed ourselves?
You guys have landed yourselves. So assume if I never have a compass on the map, assume that the top of the map is north.
Sure.
Okay? So you have come in pretty much directly south from the castle.
Okay, so we're down in here.
Okay, I'm gonna hang on. Let me make this a little bit easier for you, because
Okay.
I am smart like that. Hold on. I am
Depending on where we are, would depend on where Orion would probably wander towards.
Yep. East order. I'm just going this. Don't mind the fact that he's gonna wind up big. This is just gonna make it easier for me to tell you where you are. Where Sir Virgil's pog is where you guys came in.
Okay. And
Okay.
where is the inn?
You're about there-ish for the inn.
Okay.
So you're sort of close to this one of the southern entrances for the outer wall.
Love. Do you guys have anywhere in particular you'd like to explore? We shouldn't be crazy far from like the harbor area. I think we're in the outer district, someone said earlier. Now? Or alternatively, we can just head in whatever, pick a direction and check out whatever looks interesting.
I'm fine with just traveling along.
Wandering sounds nice.
Sure. Are you joining us, Monric, or are you going to hang out here and keep an eye?
I'll join you.
Okay. A lovely walk through. I think this classifies as a metropolis, I think is the term nowadays. I guess I'm just gonna pick a direction in
Yes,
town
you are,
and
because
go.
nobody else is.
Yep. I'm just gonna roll one of these
Go towards the wall.
towards the outer wall or the inner wall.
sorry, allow me to finish the description of the way this city is sort of
Sure.
set up. So, there's a section of the city that looks like it's been built into like a very large hill. And atop that sits the castle. Because the way that this river inlet works, before it's basically shifted into aqueducts to bring the water out to the farms, is that the castle is built into and sits upon the highest point of Silversummit. Silversummit is structured like Olympus.
Interesting.
Which I hope to God makes sense to everybody on how I just described that.
Well, I'm all for heading towards the... You're talking about the harbor district then, Mondrick? Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. That way.
Okay. So as you head northward towards the closest gate, there are a variety of shops. Some of them seem to be they seem to almost be basic tea shops, or small places that cater to coffee, or various bakeries, and every so often it seems to shift on what you're seeing. So you kind of go through a small little food district, and then suddenly I say not suddenly, but it interspersed, you wind up finding fabric stores, which then transfer into tailor shops and seamstresses, which then turn into leather working and armor working, followed into blacksmiths that deal with farm equipment, blacksmiths that deal specifically with weaponry, and some of them are woodworking and carpentry. And I mean, this is a bustling city. And it has its own districts. So if at any point you want to stop, there are curio shops and what they're calling antique shops, or what we would know as antique shops.
If anything jumps out at anyone, feel free to stop me. I'm just kind of looking around.
Orion, nothing looks familiar. At all.
I am mostly walking around with, like, my notebook out, and I am just notes.
And as you approach the gate, that symbol that you had seen, the Rivers family crest, becomes less and less prevalent.
Mm.
You notice that I mentioned that there were 3 guard colors, right?
Hold on.
Does anybody remember what colors I said they were?
I think I wrote it down. Yes. We have a bright green and royal blue, a few with an orangey, fiery red. Yes, those are the 2 we were.
Yeah.
We noticed when we came.
Yeah, you do notice a 3rd color.
Mhm.
This one seems to be just a basic royal blue. So it's quite likely that what you would assume is 3 knight lieutenants, although this could be specifically the king's army, as opposed to knights and soldiers that would follow a specific knight lieutenant.
Mhm.
Okay. You reach the gate, and the gate stands open. However, on both sides of the gate are written warnings. On either side are the words in every language currently known to mortals, so that there is no mistakes, no question of whether or not you could read it or understand the rules. There are 4 rules. The first, weapons must be peace-tied.
It's a peace tide.
It basically means that you cannot draw your weapon. You have to secure your weapon in such a way that you cannot draw it.
It's like when you go to the Ren
Oh,
Fair
okay.
and they make you tie the sword to the scabbard so you can't
Yeah,
draw it.
yeah.
It's called a peace tie.
Gotcha. Never heard the term before. Good to know.
Yeah.
It's
The
also a
second
bow
rule.
tie that goes like this.
I heard
Yes.
pizza pie at first.
No, peace tie. Basically, you are being asked to secure your weapons so that there is no temptation to use them. The second one. Entering the inner city should be for business only. There is a note that states that if you do live in the inner city, that is not specifically for you. But given the sheer amount of people, it is clear that they don't want people just hanging around after the gates have closed for the night.
I take
So-
it there's like no taverns or bars or anything like
Oh
that.
no, there are taverns
In
and
the-
bars, but they are run and basically frequented by the people who live in the inner city only.
Taverns and bars, but probably no inns.
Exactly. And any inns that are there are limited to dignitaries only, on the off chance that that the palace is full. Which, given the
Oh.
size of the palace, usually doesn't happen.
Picturing less of an inn for that and more like where the Avatar stayed in the Earth City.
Yeah, they're like boarding
There's like
houses.
villas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Shit, there was 4 rules.
Mhm.
Weapons must be peace-tied.
Business
only.
only.
Business only.
Suit and tie optional.
There's a dress code here. No shoots, no shirts, no shoes, no service. No, I'm kidding. Fuck. There was 4 rules. I should have had these written down before I fucking started saying this. Oh, any dispute must be taken to the Temple of Athena.
Rule 4, see the above.
Rinse, repeat.
See, there's a part of me that's want to say, like, rule 4, weapons must be
BYOB.
peace-tied.
BYOB. That's about right.
No, rule 4. Strict curfew is enforced. If you are found in the inner city past the time when the gates are closed, you will be arrested.
It's like you will be hunted for sport.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Honestly, same.
I'm so curious now.
Sasha and
Curious about
Karis
what?
bonding off to the side.
Just slowly turns to conversation.
Sorry, Ryan, that's as far as I'm going.
Okay.
It makes eye contact, scribbles a note while looking at both of you, and turns back around.
Can we make eye contact with you? I've actually been curious about this before because you just have holes, right?
There are 2 motes of light, one in each side, that would designate like where my eyes are looking.
Gotcha. Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So when the lights are off, like your eyes are closed?
Yeah. Do they like blink?
Or if the lights are off, maybe I'm just looking not in a direction forward.
Looking in the back of your skull.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
looking inside
He
to
must
check
have
for
notes
cracks.
back there too sometimes.
I mean, you say this, but I'm wearing a cloak that lets me see in all directions.
Yeah.
That cloak of eyes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What's that weird crap?
Oh no! It's
Wait, you
fine.
mean like where no matter what direction you look at the painting always looks like it's looking at you?
Yeah.
It's like a porcelain doll.
I'm watching everywhere, but not.
So Orion is basically just the girl with the pearl earring. Is that not the painting that does that?
Oh, that's a
Oh.
looking.
I was like, girl with the pearl earring, huh?
My uncle has this creepy one where the finger is always pointing at you, like the finger follows you instead of the eyes.
That's
that's-
interesting.
That's terrifying. Burn that painting because that is haunting your house.
Oh, I love that.
Or, send that my way. I'll totally hang it up somewhere.
Me too. I'll put a bit in.
Oh my god. All right. Party.
Okay, so do we have business here, I guess? It seems this is a very much stricter part of the city.
Not that I'm aware of right now.
Aren't we staying here for the night and passing through to, the prince?
Does tourism
way.
count as business?
I don't know, does it?
Is there
I
a
would say
guard nearby
I'm.
that we can ask?
There actually isn't. Despite what is listed on the walls, there doesn't actually seem to be anything that prevents you from walking in.
Maybe they only come out
Well-
at night.
I mean, we can take a quick peek. If not, we can come back out, head in a different direction.
Shit.
You okay?
Yeah.
Is tight?
No. You just asked me for the thing that I've been meaning to do all week, and I still haven't.
No worries. Back burner, I got you.
I'm gonna make a note. I'm gonna actually do it tonight. I'm gonna get you that fucking information. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Did you guys take on a Minotaur yet?
No.
No?
Remember, I
No.
have that horn that summons minotaurs.
Oh, right. Yes. No. I said
Yeah.
to keep that.
Oh, I can
say
keep.
you-
Okay.
Did I say you
No,
keep that?
no, you didn't. Because originally you were like, no, oh wow, that's far more overpowered than I thought it was. And then we
Minotaurs.
went on break.
It
Yes.
was supposed to be something to be discussed.
Yes.
I
Yes, and then
recall.
we never actually got back to discussing it. I was like, let me give it some thought. We'll collab on an alternative, and then we never actually did that.
All right, let's talk sometime this week.
Yes, we will, for sure.
Cool.
Chaos.
Sorry, your eye cloak reminded me of a couple questions I had.
No, you're good.
It's all good. It's all good.
It is
No,
good
you
to
will
jog
definitely be
memories.
breaking that horn. We will be breaking that horn. Don't worry. Well, I say don't worry, but that's me. So anyway, oh god. Okay. No, there are no guards to stop your entry into the inner city.
Well, explore.
All right,
Explore over there.
as you continue on into the inner city, there are signs labeling the different districts within this city. There is one that specifically states that it is it'll lead you in the direction of the district of Athena. There is a sign that'll lead you towards the harbor. There is one for rare material trading, specialty services, things like people who make fine hand-blown glass, specialty like intricate woodworking, intricate metalworking. Jewel crafters are here in the inner city. This is a lot more specialty stuff as opposed to what you found in the outer city, which was a little bit more general.
Oh, actually, I need to pull something up.
I don't like
have
it
a
when you
question.
say, "Oh, actually." That scares me.
No. From my time spent with Balnar, would I know of any of the fine craftsman shops here? Because he would have been working with.
It's not so much
folks
that you
through the
know
area.
one of the. You do actually
Not
know
like
that there
personally
is...
know, but like know of shop names.
But yes, because there is a outfit of Balnars here in Silversummit.
Aha.
He is a franchise. Well, I say a franchise, but that's maybe not the right word I want to look for.
He's a chain store.
Yes.
Branch office.
Yes, he's a brand. He's a brand. Balnar's work and the artisans that he hires have such a specific and high quality that anything under his guild name is a brand. So you don't if you order from Balnar's what's the name? Because you have it. I know you do because I know we had this conversation already.
The Gem Setters Guild.
If you're getting something from the Gem Setters Guild, you know the quality you're going to get.
Mm-hmm. Their icon is a silver crown with a single ruby.
Yeah. So yeah, it's
what did you think I was gonna do?
I don't fucking know, man. With you, I don't put nothing past you no more.
Also,
Nothing.
kind of looking at all of the craftsmen, kind of glance over at Sasha. Baubles?
Yes.
Baubles.
I'm looking for something either extremely shiny or extremely soft.
You can find both here.
Perfect. I will
realize the way I'm sitting has just my front screen's reflected off my glasses.
I will take off my armored gloves and put them in my bag. That way, whenever I am touching stuff, I'm not handling it clumsily. You know.
Gauntlets holding like a stuffed creature. This is very soft, I think.
I think. But yes, either something nice and shiny or extremely soft.
Okay. Give me a perception check. Let's see if you've got eyes tonight.
You asking the paladin that? I dropped my dice. Hold on. I forgot these fell. Oh, God. Thank God they were in a container. Where's my D20? Uh-oh. Oh, no, I found it. Well, it's a 19 on the die. I don't remember what Sasha's perception is. loading. Excuse me. Oh, fuck. Perception is a +6, so 25.
Okay.
I only have 2 dice, that's enough.
All right.
Excuse me.
Which one do you want to look for first?
I
I know that you said you were looking for both, but like, is there a
Oh,
specific
no, like-
one you want to find first?
No, one or the other.
One or the other.
It doesn't matter which one. If I find it, depending
Then
on.
roll me a d2
Yeah.
or flip me a coin. If you're flipping a coin, heads is soft, tails is a bauble.
Can I roll a d20 and do odds and evens?
Sure.
Okay. 8. It's even.
So we'll say heads was even.
Okay.
So when you say something soft, do you mean garment? Do you mean like a toy? Do you mean
Probably not a toy. I can do garment or
a
like
blanket?
Yeah.
You find a store that specializes in woven fabrics. Okay? However, these woven fabrics have a very specific set of designs in them. And as you're perusing them, you realize that they are actually set up on rods. So, you know how those posters that we used to go through at Walmart?
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah.
That's what they're hung up on. And the way that they're all currently shifted, all you can see is the beautiful design on the back. And that design feels very soft. It seems to be depicting a great member from history.
Okay.
Some of them are great members of history. Some of them are artist renditions of the gods. You know, and then there are some that are just, beautiful paisley mosaics.
Okay.
Kind of like what you would see on like some of the Persian rugs that
Okay.
are around. Okay.
Yeah.
But then as you move them, these are very clearly blankets.
Oh, okay.
And as you move them, you realize that the other side, while the image is significantly more distorted, looks like it is incredibly soft. And I mean like downy micro fleece blanket soft.
Okay.
You know, it's like the Deadpool blanket I own, or the multiple Captain America ones I got.
I like that you just had that on hand, Sarah.
If I got up, I could grab mine. But, so yeah, is there a specific design you're looking for?
Not really. Something probably simple.
Mm-hmm.
Soft colors.
Okay. You find one that seems to be, it seems to be made of pastels and different shades of white. But the scene that it depicts is of a spring festival.
Okay.
That just seems to be universally celebrated across the continent. So unlike Farah, who has the Festival of Saint Misano, which celebrates the beginning of, their yearly spring.
Okay.
Or their yearly fall, sorry. This one depicts the celebration of the planting of the harvest. You know, it's the beginning of the farming year kind of deal.
Yeah. Okay.
But that seems to be the one that you have your heart set on.
Yeah. Okay.
And when you ask, the proprietor of this store tells you that that particular blanket is currently on sale.
Okay.
What is currently marked at 300 gold pieces
Okay. Pretty sure this sale's not gonna help me none.
is currently marked down to 100,
Okay.
given the fact that it's off season.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, I'll keep this lovely blanket in mind. But perhaps I should do more searching.
Okay. And with that in mind, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. We will be back at 20 to 9 or 20 to the hour, depending on what time zone you're in. So we'll be right back. I just need to take a quick break. I need a drink and use the bathroom. So be right back. Stick around. sticking around, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Party, you have gotten into the inner city.
Mhm.
I don't know why that was so hard to say.
Looked at a very expensive blanket.
Yes, the 100 gold piece blanket. Because, yeah, why not? Okay.
What we get
where
for
else would you
shopping
guys
in
like
the
to?
fancy district.
Well, I mean, what else would you guys like to experience while in the inner city?
I'm just meandering until something pops up that catches my attention, or I happen to see the Gem Setters Guild insignia.
Okay. Roll me a D100, dear.
Ooh wee. We're gonna this one. Man, I wish I was a cleric. That was a 7.
Hmm. Let's see. You actually find the Gem Setters Guild. It's sort of set right next to the barracks. Or one of the barracks, anyway. This is a fairly large building. Well kept, well maintained, and it yeah, I mean, that's the front. You can hear clear tones of work being done inside.
Oh hey, I know this guild. I stayed with them back in Bowie. And now my brain is throwing out the name of the city. That was Quo?
Weedy.
Yes, the capital
Yes.
city of Pharaoh is Quo.
That's where I was with Balnar.
Yes.
Yeah. I stayed with their main branch for a while in Quo.
Well, let's go take a look.
Sure, sure.
Okay. As you enter, the work doesn't stop. But an apprentice turns to you. We currently have a backlog. So if you're looking to order something, do be aware that it is going to take us a while to get to your order.
Well, that's
How might
quite
I
all
help
right.
you?
I'm glad to see you guys have been busy. I'm an acquaintance of Balnar. We were in town and stumbled across. I didn't realize there was a branch here. Always good to check in and see how business is doing. I hope he's well.
Last I heard, yes. Actually, last we heard, he had been engaged to the Crown Princess. Her Royal Majesty Annalise. Hold on. My brain just shorted out on what the hell her last name is. It's my goddamn NPC. Why do I do that?
I thought the last name was Lise and the first name was Anna.
No. Fenmare.
Oh goodness, I'm so happy for them. I know they were concerned about the proposal. Is there any way you could get him a message?
We might, but I can't guarantee it's going to get to him in a timely manner. Given the state of the politics between the two at the moment, it's, difficult to say. And something seems to be happening to our interbranch communication system. It seems to be. And then before they can say more, one of the masters steps up, heavily puts their hand on this apprentice's shoulder and says, "Don't you have work to do?" Before this master stands there before you. This is a large man. He doesn't look like the type to be doing the fine jewelry and gem setting.
I mean, neither did Balner.
No, but Balnar was a dwarf.
Yes. So stocky
Balnar
by
was
build.
Yes. This guy is as tall as Sasha is, and built like a brick shithouse. He looks Sasha in the eye. Big, burly man with very large hands. Not the kind of hands you would expect for somebody who does gem setting.
Well, you're a tall fella.
Aye.
Hello.
Why were you distracting one of my apprentices?
Well, I'm new into town. I didn't realize that there was a Gem Setters Guild branch out here. I happen to be an acquaintance of Balner, and I thought I'd just pop in and see how things were going.
Can you prove that you are an acquaintance of Balnar's?
You betcha.
Oh, sorry. Can you prove you're an acquaintance of Master Balnar? Because that is the appropriate title.
Yes. I purposely am not using it because of friendship and Orion reasons.
Yeah, see, you have a right not to use Master. He is part of the guild house, and Balnar is in charge, so.
Yes. I will produce the book that Balnar gave to me before I left.
He asks to see it.
I mean, I don't know if you'll be able to read what's in it, but if it makes you feel better, here you go.
As you hand it over, you watch as he doesn't even open it. What he does is he turns it over onto the back. And you watch as he traces over the back of the book in a very specific way before he finds what he's looking for. And then you watch as he presses on it, and almost like the leather that bound that book together was a little bit loose, it tightens up, and you can see the crest of the gem setters set into the back panel of your book. Which you knew was there. This is a feature that is part of Balnar's books. Like, this is how he identifies them as his. And only people part of the guild would know it. And now you guys. He hands the book back to you without further question. My name is Khald. Khald. What can I do for you today, friend of Master Balnar?
Honestly, I don't know if there's anything we directly needed today. I'll kind of look at everyone else. I just recognized the sigil and wanted to see and make sure you guys were still doing well. I hear from your apprentice that the master is engaged. That's fantastic news.
Aye, we are very happy for him. It was the design he did for the ring was one he has been working on for quite some time. And our guild house is proud to say that the ruby that centers on that ring came from our mines.
Lovely. So Silversummit is still a mining town, then? Yeah?
Yes, to an extent. We can't get anything more from the main shaft, so we've been questing out further.
Finding a backup shaft.
Trying. We found a couple. We've been mining different stones. It's been a blessing of Hades. Blessing from Hades. Sorry. Because don't forget, Hades is also the god of wealth.
Yes.
While being the king of the dead, he is the god of wealth, which is why a lot of the banks are dedicated to Hades. Which, yes, if you're curious, if the god is, like, if they are the god of something specific, they have a modern-looking structure in this world. Like Athena, who is the goddess of justice, hers are all lawyers' offices and judge halls, right? Aphrodite's is day spas. We don't talk about Eros and Dionysus. Not on stream. We don't talk about Eros and Dionysus on stream. But yeah,
I
like,
swear if I die, I'm making a freaking follower
Do
of
it.
one of them.
Do it. I will find a way to make it safe for stream, I swear to God.
But, you came up when I was asking your apprentice about possibly sending a message to Balnar that I'm indeed safe and doing well. He
you
said
mind?
something to the tune of communications being difficult.
Yes. Do you mind if we step back into my office?
Sure. Is this private conversation, or can my friends come?
Oh, your friends may come, just to not distract the others from their work. And sometimes the walls have ears.
I mean, I can help with that.
Yes, but my office is a smaller space.
Okay. Well, when we get into the office, I will cast Private Sanctum, and now there are no ears anywhere other than inside the
Fantastic. He sits down behind his desk and gestures to the 2 chairs that are in his office. He usually doesn't have this many people in here. Before he stands back up, steps out of the room, bellows for 2 more chairs to be brought in. 2 more chairs are at least brought to the door, and he brings them in himself before the door is closed, and you guys are all able to sit if you so desire. But he sits back down behind his desk. Yes, there has been something strange occurring with the message magic we have between our particular guild houses. Does anybody know who the god of messages and communication is?
Isn't that Hermes?
It
I was
is.
gonna say Hermes. Yeah, no, okay.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I'm gonna say it, but I don't want to be wrong.
He's also the god of travel. So, you remember that day that you guys had a really hard time getting anywhere?
Mhm.
Now that you're hearing that there are now problems with messaging services, something else might be going on here.
Hmm.
We
That
can try
is-
and send a message, but I can't guarantee it's going to go through.
I've been trying to look into magics that would allow me to send such messages long distance. I found some notes on it, but nothing enough for me to attempt. I can look from a distance, but that doesn't really help convey it.
No, we will try. We think it might be because of the distance, so anything longer than, anything outside of the country you're in may not go through. Unless you're closer. We believe that it might be a distance thing. However, we have thus far been unable to test it, so we've been... I don't want to say jury-rigging a solution, but we have a smaller guild house in Bleakburn. No, not Bleakburn, Warrington. I was going to say Bleakburn's abandoned. No, we have a smaller guild house in Warrington.
There was a guild house in
There
Bleakburn.
was a guild house in Bleakburn, but no, there's one in Words.
You said Warrington?
Yes. And they've been sending messages on, but they've apparently been having problems as well, and have been sending their messages through Gushu before hitting Quo. It's turning into a game of message. I was gonna say telephone, but these fuckers don't know what a telephone is yet.
Thinking back, Sasha and Karasef were not with us for that first day of weird travel. Yeah?
No, they were not. You had Calyx and
Yugen.
I think you had Calyx and Yugen. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. In that case, I will kind of look over to Monric. This kind of sounds familiar to the night we first came across Elita, where we seemed to be walking in circles for the whole day.
I remember that.
I wonder if this might be something similar causing interference?
You would know more than I. That's something magic related.
Have any of your couriers, kind of found themselves walking in circles, trying to go anywhere? Or any of your craftsmen? we came
And-
across a stretch of forest back towards Quo that for almost a whole day, as much as we traveled through it, we didn't seem to get anywhere.
I remember that day. I was actually trying to get back here from one of our mines. It took me all day. Shouldn't have taken me more than 3 hours.
Huh. So whatever happened that day was widespread and not local. It's interesting. Well, I mean, if you'd be willing to try and send a message for me, it would be appreciated.
I'll keep it in mind. I wish I could guarantee we could get that message to Balnar for you, but we will do our best.
I'll eventually, hopefully, make my way back there, but more just wanting to let them know that I'm okay and doing well, and I've made it all the way here.
Can I ask you a question?
You just did. But you're welcome
Beyond.
to ask another.
Then allow me to ask another. What are you
That
doing
look.
in Silversummit? I was waiting for you to. You were gonna do it to me once. I knew you were gonna do it to me at least once. What are you doing here in Silversummit?
Traveling. I found a lovely group of people to travel with, and I'll be frank, I don't know a whole lot about the rest of the realm these days. I spent about a year in Quo, and that was a lot of reading and research. And now I'm exploring the world as it is today.
I ask because, you see, and he points at Sasha, is well known for showing up when things are going to hell.
That seems...
Can
No.
you elaborate on that?
Yes, please.
Remind me, because I want to make sure that I'm actually getting this right. Sasha is technically a knight for hire, isn't he?
Yeah. So,
when things need to get done by a hand that may or may not have a non-discriminate touch, who do they call?
yeah, I have my morals. I can
Just
say
a
no to shit.
flyer up in the pubs. You want your enemies to pee themselves? Hire me today.
That's on my business card.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Also, that was an accident. It was one time.
Oh,
Oh.
man.
And the best part is no one else was around for it. It was just you and that dude. Okay, but what do you mean that he shows up when things are going to shit? Because usually he's one of the ones saving us from shit.
Yes.
And I do just tend to travel sometimes.
My friend, you have a reputation whether you personally procured that reputation or not, you have a reputation. And your armor is very distinctive. It has the mark of your brother all over it. And your brother is arguably one of the best armor smiths our country has ever seen.
He really is. No, he really is great. I can't deny that.
Look, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just want to make sure that my people and my business are not going to be affected by whatever it is that you people are doing here. And this one, and he points at Zara. He points at Karasev.
You too, Karasev?
No. He looks like the kind of man you don't want to be on the wrong side of in a brawl.
I wouldn't argue with that.
And your other armored companion, and now he points at Monric. This man looks like he's about almost 2 sizes too big for his armor.
He's working on that.
So, you have surrounded yourself with some very not soft companions. Because you don't have Fred with you right now.
I have a soft heart.
I would argue that I am not soft either, and I will kind of knock on the porcelain.
I'm aware.
Where's the Pringles can that we just toss and then like Orion gives the same sound of an empty Pringles can?
No! I
know.
refuse.
So,
I mean, I would say I have found myself in the company of a very capable group of folks.
I ask you, who do you think my loyalties lie to? Sorry, where do you think my loyalties lie? That's the fucking phrase. God damn it, English. Why?
Well, usually loyalty doesn't lay down, but if you are part of the Gemsetters Guild, you do have loyalty through the Master. And then, being that you're based in Silversummit, I would have to guess at least something here.
No. My loyalty is to Master Balnar, and that is it. This
Well,
just
then
happens
the
to be a
first
base
part
of
my
operations.
sentence was correct.
Yes, it was. I have no loyalty to this king. This king has been a pain in my ass.
Do I believe this outburst?
Give me an insight check.
Ooh-wee, I'm bad at these. That is a 10 plus 2 for 12.
Did you get 12?
Correct.
Yeah, no, you believe this man. I mean, anybody else wants to go ahead and roll insight on him, by all means, but Orion, you believe him. He is not happy with King Anders. Sorry, King Anderson.
We're here to help deal with a situation that the king has precipitated.
Ah.
Perhaps that's all you need to know.
I will take that, as that then allows me to have plausible deniability.
Mm-hmm.
Do know that if for some reason you find yourselves in the inner city past curfew and need a place to hide, there is a small shed out back that leads to our gem cellar. Orion, you would know where the key is kept.
Did I give this man my name?
No, you did not.
Okay.
However, you are also the only porcelain warforged in existence. And Balnar was very proud of having revived you.
Yes, no, that was just a clarification for, like, my brain for a second
You
there.
did not, but he knows who you are. Where he doesn't know two of your companions' names, and he only knows Sasha by reputation, he knows who you are.
Okay. Well, I do appreciate that. To clarify on that, when is curfew, and what time of day is it now?
Curfew is when the third bell rings. And it's then that you hear a bell ring twice. The third bell will ring and signal the gates are closing in an hour. And they'll go off again in about 6. The bells that go off stating that it's time to get the fuck out of the inner city go off at about 10 p.m. And then you have an hour, taking you to 11 p.m. to get the fuck out of the inner city. Anybody caught in the inner city past 11 p.m. until 8 a.m. the next day will be arrested on site. Unless you can prove by writ that you belong there.
Love.
Okay.
And
No, go ahead.
let's say, now that you pointed out, I guess I do have some interesting travel companions. One of us is very talkative, but they're helping out elsewhere right now. But truly, it is good to see that you guys are. We aren't really from around here. But if you were to recommend somewhere for my friends to pick something up for ones at home, where would you recommend?
Well, it depends on what they're looking for. If they're looking for clothing, then I would suggest Madame LaSalle's. She's closer to the palace. Although do be aware that anything in the inner city is going to be very expensive because we cater almost primarily to nobles and their ilk, and they have more money than they could spend in their lifetime.
Mm-hmm. We found an interesting blanket a little bit ago that was 300 gold before it was on sale.
Ah, yes. You might be able to get a further discount if you go in and say that you're part of this guild. I have a very good working relationship with that proprietor.
Does this book mean I'm part of the guild? Am I in a guild?
You are. Tangentially, of course. You don't have a rank, but you are part of this guild. Master Balnar would not have given you that book if you were not.
I'm in a guild, guys.
Congratulations.
Were you unaware?
I thought we were just friends. Oh, man.
Q, how much gold are you sitting on right now?
More than what I have, but do you think I remember what I have? I haven't added much of anything since we've started stuff. I have 22.
To be fair, you guys haven't found a whole lot of just change. It's been a lot of bartering.
Yeah.
This is the first time that you've encountered something that was like, oh no, you are actually going to have to spend money.
Yeah.
But due to the circumstances and the way that I've set up the city, that just doesn't happen.
You know, I don't have the total number of it, but after the scales and stuff that we previously got rid of, and Monric is using to craft, how many of those did we have?
Not many.
Not many?
No, you had like a scant amount. Maybe 50 of them left.
Because if we are in a artisan area and we're looking for money, some of those weird materials might go a long way here.
Don't forget, I always want you guys to get creative with what you're doing.
Mhm.
There's a reason you guys kept looting corpses.
Indeed.
For the livers.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey,
And so you can make
Halt.
super expensive like foie gras using using dragon livers, of which somehow dragons have like 3 of them.
Damn, good luck getting them drunk.
Odd question.
I may have an odd answer.
Actually, 2. 1. Does a crest of a shield with a raven ring any bells to you?
Yes. You said you had a second weird question.
Can you elaborate on the shield and the raven? I'll happily throw 2 questions at you and then jarble the answers back from you. I don't know how you want this dialogue to go. You want the second question? I can give you the second question.
Well, you asked him, does that mean anything to
Okay.
you? The answer was yes. Full stop.
Okay.
He didn't elaborate. You asked him a yes or no question and he answered yes.
Okay. Sure. That's on me. Second question. Do you know where someone could find brimstone?
Brimstone.
Yes, not much. Just a little bit.
Brimstone. You might want to check out the specialty market. I can't guarantee there's going to be any, but there is a market down by the harbor that deals in particularly volatile substances. You would probably find brimstone there.
What do you know of that insignia?
What do I know of that insignia? All right, motherfuckers, get ready. We're about to lore dump. That is the symbol of the former royal family. This particular family... No, let me finish. Mark your answers down and ask me after, because if I get on a roll and you interrupt me, I'm going to forget where I am. The Rivers family has been in charge of Silversummit for years, decades, generations. Recently, in the last half century, the Newells have taken over in what was arguably one of our bloodiest civil wars. By the way, Quentin, remind me, how old is Sasha?
Ripe old age of 400.
Oh, good. And Karasef, how old are you?
Shit, nowhere near that old. Sorry, I don't remember. Give me a second to look it up.
I'm your grandpa.
Use the wrong screen.
Yikes.
I have no kids.
all these whippersnappers.
Yeah, you were stuck when
I'm
this
almost
happened.
20, so
Yeah. Yeah, no. This is relevant information for the middle-aged as they
30.
were. Did you say 30?
30.
Okay, so you would not have participated in this. Sasha, you
Yeah.
definitely participated in the Civil War.
Oh yeah,
Now, the
Okay.
question I ask of you, which side did you fight for?
that's a good question.
Did you fight for the Rivers, or did you fight for the Newells?
That's a good question.
I'm asking you to choose.
I don't know.
come
I
on.
don't know what
You're
either
right.
side means currently right now, and I
Okay, so
apologize for that. But
the Newells is the current king.
Okay.
He's the one who has kidnapped the crown prince for not agreeing, basically, to a political marriage that would unite their two kingdoms.
okay,
The Sterling, or the Rivers, were the family that they got rid of, who ruled with relative prosperity and peace for years.
wait for them.
Okay, so you fought on the side of the Rivers
Maxim would have
against the
also been on that
Newells.
side.
Yeah, which is why you have a reputation, by the way, for when you show up, things are going to hell.
Hee
It is because of Pisces Civil War.
hee.
Yeah, exactly. You fucking giggle, you little shit.
Hmm.
In the last half century, the Newells have been in charge. And after recovering from the Civil War, we have reached a strange balance of both prosperity and poverty. The rich continue to get richer, meanwhile, those who struggle and toil cannot actually wind up making ends meet. Did I just describe the United States of America? Yes, I did. That was not intentional. The rich continue to get richer, and the poor continue to suffer. And there's nothing we can do to stop it, because the rules, taxes, laws in place are preventing us from doing so. Recently, and by recently I mean within the last 3 or 4 months, he has pulled back much of his fighting force to the city. No word, no reason, no rhyme, nothing. Which has caused tensions to rise, which is why those rules are in place outside of the inner city. It is to protect our artisans that are here. We want to protect our people, and we want to protect our business. And as much as we try, we can't get the money outside of the inner city. We have tried. It has been taken up by the high taxes that the outer city are suffering from. So anything our artisans are making before they head home, it's being consumed almost immediately in tax payments and tax collection. And so the money just winds up being funneled back to the rich. There have been rumors of over the last 10, 15 years of a force that is trying to take back the crown. However, we haven't seen anything, and people are starting to lose hope. And recently we've heard of some knight lieutenant deaths. With no... Does Sasha do that?
No, I mean, what's the point? You can't see my face anyway, but he definitely like turns his head a little bit.
Okay.
It's just one of those like he's staring straight on. Maybe he's paying attention. I don't know. Maybe he's not. You can't really see his face, but then it's just like the slight tilt.
Yeah. We've heard of some knight lieutenant deaths recently. Sir Jarvan the Hammer.
Sorry.
And the Tiefling
Sounds like
twins.
a very conspicuous name.
Mm-hmm. And the Tiefling
The
twins,
Hammer.
Jordan and Jesmond. They seem to have been disposed of In a rather mysterious circumstance. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
I mean, judging by your own thoughts on the company I keep, do we look like those who do things sneakily?
That is fair. No. Maybe not sneakily, but,
Something about all of the plate in the area doesn't make us very quiet.
no. But he just kind of gives a chuckle. And, the palace has been closed to the public for about a month now.
Okay. Isn't the old crest here a falcon rising off of a shield?
Yes. Did you ask about a raven?
I did. I am not going to complain with all the lore. That was fantastic and very good clarification. Would you like me to tell you what I'm asking about?
Yes, please, because
I
I
can
feel like I just
clarify a little
answered
bit
the
more.
wrong question.
That's why I tried to like grab your attention at the start there.
I think
but
I answered the wrong question.
We needed that lore anyway. We would have gotten around to that either way, so we have that lore
Yes.
now. That is good. I am referring to a note from a book that was referencing a Lord Carthus. Find a shield with a raven for one favor.
Oh, that one. God damn it.
To be fair, it would look like a very similar insignia, having one with a falcon and one with the raven, but...
He knows nothing about the raven.
Okay. That would make sense, given the answer we got. He was responding with what he knew of what he thought I was talking about. That's okay. I appreciate the information. It's good to know what we've walked into, I guess, as far as the city goes.
Yeah. But also now I just feel like a dumbass.
You're good. You're good.
I straight up answered the wrong fucking question. Here I am lore dumping on the wrong question.
Hey. You're fine. I am here for all of that lore either way.
I'm glad. I'm realizing I can't wear this shirt if I'm gonna do the green screen stuff. Because my one half of my shoulder just keeps disappearing.
You could just be a floating head.
I could be. Shift over a little bit more. No, kidding. All right. With that information, what are you guys doing?
I will hand him a note to try and get the message to Balnar, more or less, hey, it's Orion. I'm alive and doing well. Traveling with some new people and some I met in Quo, but we've made it all the way to Silversummit. The shop seems to be doing well, and I'm so happy to hear about your engagement. Congratulations.
Okay.
I apparently have accolades. Question mark, question mark. Things have been interesting.
True. All right. With that information, you leave the guild house. Where would you guys like to go next?
Is it almost curfew time?
No.
Okay.
You've got like another 5.5 hours before it's curfew time.
Okay.
Well, that was a nice surprise. I didn't expect to see them here. anything look interesting to you guys we should check out? Do we know what all weird materials we have? We might be able to possibly barter at the specialty market. I don't even know what would be there. He said volatile. Things might be interesting. I don't know. I'm happy to just explore.
Well, if you're
I'm all
looking
right
for
with just
something specific, we might as well hit that market.
that's true.
I don't want to know what they're going to want to charge for brimstone, but if we can manage a little bit, that would be cool. Next time we call upon one of my friends for aid, I'd like to be able to give them the tea they like.
Oh, right. That's right. He told you it was close, but not quite, because it was missing the taste of brimstone.
Yes, that is correct. Where's costs when you need them?
Not currently existing in this universe.
I mean, his
Well-
wife could. Somewhere. There are many versions of her. Let's be real.
This is true. Which I would assume then there are very, as many versions of Koss.
Keeps dragging him. Dragging him around. Come on, next life, let's go.
I don't wanna.
Just drags him
okay.
along behind her by his ear.
It's all right. You'll learn more.
We just set up shop here. We were just getting established.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, lead the way. I feel like I kind of careened us into the guild there for a bit. I'm happy to just take notes.
Well, I mean, you say that, but it did garner you guys a heck of a lot of good information.
Yes, there was a lot of information.
Good.
If we get stuck here for curfew, we have a shed with a lot of gems in it that we will not touch, that we can use for refuge.
Sleeping on a bed of
Money.
on a bed of gems.
That sounds oddly wonderful. Very uncomfortable, but wonderful.
You know who would love that? Our dragonlets.
That's true.
They would be so happy.
Our children.
But I will let
Q?
whoever wants to lead next go ahead.
Q, I need a perception check from you, please, dear.
Another
Another
You
one.
know what? We were just talking about Adira. I'll use her dice.
Well, that's usually how you wind up with eyes.
Hey, actually, I used Sasha's dice earlier for my eyes. Adira rolled worse than him. That's still an 18.
Okay.
It's a 12 plus 6.
So 18.
18.
Given what the guildmaster said, you now feel the sneaking feeling of eyes watching you. Because you have a reputation.
What if I'm just on vacation?
Doesn't
What if I'm
matter.
just...
They
No,
don't
it's
know
fine.
that. They
If
don't
somebody's-
know that. They see
Yes.
you in full armor, and they're
In
like,
full
"Oh
plate,
shit!"
walking through town.
Like,
I'm always in full plate. What do you... Nobody here has ever seen my face. Except,
Yeah, but-
I'm not looking at you, Karasef. No, hang down. Not the time.
Okay, but you are also walking around with another paladin also in full plate.
and a fighter
Probably not
who's
a
in
good
full
look.
armor. Like,
Maybe, listen, maybe I've just been hired
You know,
to bring y'all around. So you know what? Now I am taking the lead. I'm going to take. I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I have no clue.
I
where I'm
feel
going,
like
but I am
chat
leading with
might be
purpose.
right here. It looks like I just have like the most ridiculous chaperones.
Yeah.
Because I stick
Yeah.
out like a sore thumb in this group of four. And it's just like jotting in my book.
It's the VIP
jotting in my
treatment.
book. Yeah.
Oh my god, wait, no, that's a shit. Hang on, let me see if I can find it.
Get down, Mr. President. We all tackle Orion.
It's the
No!
It's the Orion is just the little tiny child in the TikTok that's just like waddling along really happy in like a dinosaur jacket. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Hang on.
No,
'Cause that
I
shit
am.
was
I am now
funny.
walking with purpose, as if I am showing everyone around.
Love that.
I don't know where the fuck I'm going, but it's fine. I'll figure it out.
Yep.
This is a shop, and to your left, that is another shop. Do we want to stop at either of these shops? No? Moving on. This is a shop.
Keep your arms and legs on the street at all times. In case of emergencies, exits are there, everywhere.
So, you have a reputation, Sasha?
I don't know if it's... Listen, the way he put it, it makes it sound bad, but
You seem so nice.
I am nice. Don't look at me like that, Orion. I am nice.
He's so nice.
I am nice, Orion. I take a lot of jobs, and you know what? Sometimes they're jobs that people don't like. I don't go out killing people. I just go out and get things done. One day I could be getting a child out of a tree. The next day I could be slaying an ogre that's under a bridge.
I feel
I'm
like
a
the tree would
handyman,
be
of
nice
course.
and easy. You can just reach right up.
See, exactly, and those are the nice days. Sometimes I just travel, and if people need my aid, I lend my aid.
Now, I'm not
It's
trying
not
to say
my
that you're
fault that-
not nice. I'm just saying that the statement was a shock from what I know of you so far.
I am traveling with you guys
Mhm.
because I have been requested to lend my aid.
And you've been fantastic.
Fantastic. As you continue on into the market, we are actually going to call it here for the night, because there is some shit that's going to go down in there that I want the full party for. But the party got some good information, and they know roughly where they need to go now. Sort of.
Ooh-wee.
They don't have a plan, but they trying.
We try
What
and
is
we
a
buy.
plan?
Something you look at and then throw out the window. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, still in the middle of a pandemic. So please remember to social distance when you can. Wash your hands. Wear a mask if you're feeling unwell, or you just don't feel comfortable. Be kind to one another. And remember, roar for initiative. See y'all next week.